welcome back to the Bumper Breakfast Show. This morning we have a very special guest on the program. They say what a man can do, a woman can do, and let me just add this bit: a woman can do even better. And so we have with us this morning on the program a female engineer. So I'd like to introduce her as Engineer Mrs. Olukorede Keisha. Did I get that correct?
Yes, please.
Okay, and she's the Federal Controller of Works in Lagos. We have her here. And she's going to be discussing the completion of the reconstruction of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway this morning. I wish I had met you earlier, ma. Now that this expressway is being completed, we are seeing you. I wish I had seen you before now. Because
I had a lot of questions.
I would have had too many questions to ask you.
Always talking trash.
Oh my God. But thank God, they say all is well that ends well. Thank you for coming on the program this morning. Ma, you want to tell us about this Lagos-Ibadan Expressway reconstruction. Why did it take almost 4 years? If not more.
Exactly. Go deep. Good morning, and thank you for having me on your show. The Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, you agree with me, is one of the busiest roads, if not the busiest, in West Africa. It's a very busy route, actually. And the reconstruction took so much time because of the abandonment in the past. The road was supposed to be maintained regularly, which was not really done. So by the time we were to reconstruct, it is total reconstruction, just like we called it. It is not rehabilitation, it is reconstruction. And so for us to reconstruct, it will take a lot of time, especially because it is the same road that we're constructing that traffic too is flying on. And we have to do a lot of traffic management even while construction work is ongoing.
Okay, Ma, I'll ask you an immediate question, and it is this. That road, was divided into two parts. And one part was from the Shagam side to Ibadan, and then from the Ibadan, from Shagam back to Lagos. And at that time, before they started the reconstruction, the Shagam to Ibadan end was the worst end in terms of, the state of the road at the time. This other end was better than that end. And it took the other construction company almost 2 years less than it has taken this back. In fact, people are of the impression that Julius Berger has bought over our government because they're not happy with their service. Honestly, I personally will scream if I see a Julius Berger at work on a major project again in this Lagos, because they just do everything so lackadaisically. And I can say this not because I'm informed, but because I see it on a daily basis. I live in Magboro, and I have had times that I have spent 7 hours to get to Alausa. In December last year, on the 8th of December to be precise, because my daughter's engagement was on the 9th, I spent 10 hours to get from Magboro to Ikeja. It was frustrating. Can it really be that deep? What exactly could have the problems been that gave us so much discomfort, and with absolutely no apologies?
We actually apologized. And right now, on behalf of the federal government, on behalf of the ministry, on behalf of JB, I'm saying we're very sorry for the inconvenience that we caused you during that period. But it was something that must happen for us to have what we have now.
4 years? To take 4 years?
Julius Berger took the hardest part of the job because it is in the city. And you agree with me that right and left both are fully inhabited at the moment. Unlike RCC end, it's in the rural area. So they have free way to walk. They can barricade a whole this, divert traffic here. Julius Berger do not have that luxury.
But don't forget that you have a lot of movement from Shagam to Ibadan.
No.
Outward.
Most of the traffic is between Lagos and Shagam, because the traffic, they are coming from Wharf. It is when they get to Shagam that they separate. some going north and some going east. So the traffic at Shagam to Ibadan is actually lesser than the one from Lagos to Shagam. That's the honest truth. And you're seeing, I've not answered your questions. And then you're seeing Julius Berger as if they are now working because they are in the city. You have time to slow down to watch what they are doing. And most of the time, all our work has procedures. When they lay a layer, they have to call us to come and test. We must test that layer before another layer can be put upon it. So at that time, people see they are not working. People call us. They say, I'm here now. Because that guy is not working. They are just folding their hands. They are actually working. They are testing those layers to ensure that the moisture content and other parameters are met before we can put another one there. So those are the issues. So if you don't test a layer, you put another layer on it. By the time the willows start coming on it, we're going to go back to square one. And this road must last a minimum of 30 years. So if it must do that, then we have to do the needful.
I don't want to forget, my colleague wants to ask a question, but I don't want to forget this question. Now, well, it's not a question, it's an observation.
Yes, ma'am.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, after a deadline was given to Julius Berger, the other part, so outward Lagos to Ibadan, that part, I didn't see any iron being put, usually they put this iron beneath. But this particular stretch, I mean, that's why I said, correct me if I am wrong. You are the engineer, yes, you are on ground. I just pass on, because I'm in traffic, I want to know what they're doing. I'm just inquisitive. Perhaps at a point where I didn't see, but I didn't, at some point, I was watching them state by state. I didn't see any iron from the stretch, the Berger stretch, before Berger, to just after Berger. I don't know. Am I wrong?
Is it on the main pavement, the drainage, or where are you talking about?
The road.
Or the main road?
The main road.
There's no way in the road that we have iron roads. Is the enforcement you are referring to?
No, there's there are some layers, and then they put some sort of iron, some iron work.
No, it's only in concrete areas where they put concrete. Okay. That's where they put reinforcement. Okay. So there's a difference between rigid and flexible pavements. So the road is designed as a flexible pavement. So it's asphalt, there's no reinforcement. Right. But in sections where you have culverts, where you have bridges, so you will have reinforcement in the concrete.
Okay, so you've cleared me on that. Thank you. So Rio.
Yes, I was actually going to ask you, Ma, how long is it going to last? But in the course of answering that question,
you said 30 years.
You said 30 years. But I'm scared. Why am I scared? I'm scared because, number one, you called it a major road and one of the busiest, if not the busiest road. And we know of those kind of trailers that passes through the route. And why I'm more scared is because recently, 2 years ago or thereabout, the Third Milan Bridge were, should I say, reconstructed or maintained. There were little maintenance there that they had to block one side for 6 months, do another side for 6 months. But it's so unfortunate that it's like we are going to have swimming pool on Third Milan Bridge now. There's some potholes there, and I was like, they recently fixed this road. How come we are facing this problem on the bridge when you can be driving at night and you won't know there is pothole on that place, and if there is any mistake on that place, you're either flying to the water or a very big damage. So comparing maintaining Third Milan Bridge as risk as it is. Some people, when they drive on Third Milan Bridge, they drive very slow because they are scared of the water already. Not to not talk of they want to speed and enter pothole. Now comparing that to what they've done here now, Nigerians are scared because I'm sure I'm not speaking for myself alone. I'm speaking for the general populace. Now, what is the guarantee that in another 2 years this road won't be like that of the Third Milan Bridge?
Before I go to Lagos Ibadan highway, I'd like to address the Third Milan Bridge.
Thank you.
Because of the way we fund our projects, most of the time we don't have money to do complete overhauling of the road.
Okay.
So we just deal with the issues at hand as it surfaces. So the case of Third Milan Bridge, why it was closed, was not due to asphalt overlay. What you're just saying is just a peeling off of the asphalt on top of the bridge deck.
Yes.
You
And
understand?
took them that long?
No. What they did then was the expansion joints
Expansion.
Okay.
they were giving away.
Okay.
And then we just did sectional overlay of the failed portion of the asphalt pavement. It was not a complete overhaul. So you agree with me that a road that was built in 1992, you understand, we have sectional failures. So if you treat this one this year, this one is not showing failure at the moment. And the money you have cannot do a complete overhaul maintenance. You understand? So you just address that section that has failed. That's where the asphalt peeled off. That was what we did. When we changed the expansion joints, we just did addressing seemingly, you understand, failed portions that appeared there. But as this one has failed this year, next year this one is going to be distressed because they were constructed at the same time. But the failures may not show up all at once. So we did sectional overlay. So it's the sections that we didn't address now that are now coming up.
So we're expecting anything to be fixed on the 3rd million because
Yes,
the state
the federal
is,
government has awarded a contract on that.
and the fund will be enough this time because you just talked or complained about how we fund our
And the
project.
fund will be enough for the areas that have failed now.
So
The failures that are showing now.
okay, so are we going to go through that same stress we went through on the
No,
3rd
we
million
won't go
bridge?
through that because why we went through what we went through that time was because a major job, rehabilitation job or maintenance job was to be done, which was the expansion joints.
Joint, okay.
And that one, in the removal and fixing of that, demands that there is no movement
Okay.
on the
okay,
bridge deck.
Okay. Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Otherwise, because the bridge is designed as a cantilever, and then you have removed the support. So if
Okay.
there is a movement, we
there
can
be a
have
problem.
yes,
Okay.
issues at times.
Got it.
So now it's not a structural element that we're dealing with.
Okay.
It's just a superficial one.
Okay.
So it's not going to be closed. They're going to do
It's going to be
Just
just
partially.
partially.
traffic
Yeah.
management plan,
okay.
yes. Reduce the lane to 2 lanes at the sections where the contractor will be working. So we put traffic signs to warn that you're in a construction zone, slow down, you understand, reduce speed, and traffic will be moving, but
So-
not at high speed.
All right, ma'am.
Then
talking from-
Lagos Ibadan. I want to come to that.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
he was
Okay.
saying there are fears.
Yeah.
I want to allay the fears of Nigerians
Okay.
that this road was specially designed. You understand? We don't have this kind of road in Nigeria. It's the first of its kind.
Oh.
The road Lagos Ibadan is the first of its kind in Nigeria because it was modified. The asphalt had to be modified to resist that pressure that will be coming on it. So it's a specially made asphalt for that road that will ensure that it lasts that 30 years. But having said that, I want to appeal to Nigerians and motorists that even if you build a beautiful house or you buy the best car, you understand, and then you park it on the road where it's subject to accident or something, the car is going to go away. So most of our roads are subject to abuse by motorists. Your vehicle has broken down. You understand? Instead of you to tow your vehicle to a safe place to go and repair it, you want to do it on the road. And in the process, you're spilling the contents, the petroleum contents that is not in agreement with the constituents of the asphalt on the road. So that's not the fault of the builder. So that road is going to spoil. At that location, you are going to have potholes. When a tanker falls down and burn on that road,
That will
it's
be
going
easier on
to
the
burn
road.
that bitumen content of the asphalt.
Oh, that's okay.
You understand? It's going to turn it to ordinary liquid.
Oh.
It will lose that viscosity that is making it to bind with other constituents.
So I feel that is why
So it's going to spoil.
You see, you said it's the first of the kind in Nigeria.
the
Sort
the
of
Minister
kind.
of Works
But
wants
I
to
want
use
to
concrete
quickly
now.
ask this question. We spoke about maintenance, and I was about even saying that Nigerian roads, no matter how solid it is, just like you said, we have people that abuse the roads. Okay, what measure has been put in place for Lagos Ibadan Expressway in case, just like what you were saying, you know, what people we know they abuse the road. In case such a thing happens and there is pothole on the road, what measure have you put in place? Are we going to wait for months, years again before it's going to be maintained?
No,
First,
we're
be
not
repaired,
going to
rather.
No. FEMA is an agency of the government.
Okay.
It's a subsidiary of Federal Ministry of Works. I think they are alive to their responsibility. Once we construct, it's their duty to maintain.
To maintain. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will close by informing you that the Long Bridge, the extension joints of the Long Bridge need immediate attention. Please, now that we can see you face to face, Ma, can you please put that in your schedule? Urgent attention. It's spoiling our cars.
It's already in a to-do list.
Okay.
It's a top priority for us.
Okay.
It's just that we didn't want to increase the inconvenience we're causing on the motorists. And that's why the road construction has been divided into phases. We want to do the pavement first, that is phase 1. Other works can be going on while traffic moves. The phase 2 are the flyovers, the interchange, and then the phase 3 is the toll gates and all other, the way bridge and co.
Okay.
So once we are done, these pavements now we're almost done.
Yeah.
So we now
We
face
attend to it.
yes.
And I hope in attending to it, it's not going to inconvenience us.
No, it won't.
Okay.
No,
Because
it
I
won't.
have had to
No,
live
it won't.
outside my house
No,
for months,
No,
for
that
over years.
has become a thing
I've
of history.
paid 2 years
No,
rent.
we've paid the price,
Okay.
and it's once and for all.
Okay, thank you
It's
so,
not a
so
continuous one.
much.
Thank you so much.
Now that you're just a dial away, we will reach you in case there's any problem. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you on the program, Engineer Mrs. Olukorede Keisha, who is the Federal Controller of Works in Lagos. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you too. Thank you.
It's still the Bumper Breakfast Show. We'll take a break and we'll be right back. Please stay tuned.